Guys, how you doing? How you doing? Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. How is everyone doing? How is everyone doing? How is everyone doing? Um, Hope everyone's doing okay. Yeah. So, hey Kristen, how are you? So this is our third Hey Don Calypso, I see it. Hey, this is our third interview for this week, okay? And we've had conversations with Millie Rose. We've had conversations with, hey Deborah. We've had conversations with Simbali yesterday, okay? And today we're hoping to have a conversation with this artist. Now, does this artist really need any introduction? Seriously? It's Kes. It's Kes from Kes the Band, right? And if you've been listening to soca within the last 2 weeks, you've just started listening the last 2 weeks. If you've been listening to soca during lockdown, if you started listening to soca kind of 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, right? I guarantee that you know this band's tunes, all right? Whether you've kind of heard it on a mix, in a fete, in a carnival, in someone's car, you know their tunes. You may not know the names of it, but you know their tunes, all right? And so they've had loads and loads of success within soca. All the various hits, come on, help me out here. Savannah Grass, Dear Promoter, Dushi, Lit, What Less, Hello, Right There, Lion, the collaborations with Shensia, with Nyla Blackman. All of these, they have been busy, consistently working, consistently working for the past, 10, 15 years? Exactly, what less? 10, 15 years, they've been working and they've been working hard and they've had loads and loads of success, as I said. But it kind of feels like with artists, when they've reached a certain stage, they kind of need challenges, right? They kind of want their music to kind of reach new ears, go extend outside of the given arena and reach further ears. And it kind of feels like that is kind of what has been happening with kind of Kes the Band at the moment. He might correct me. Stage gone bad, yeah. He might correct me, but I kind of feel like that's what's been happening at the moment. So they have new management, okay. They've joined Ineffable Records, and even they played Hair Hooky DC, exactly. And so even all the various stuff they've done, right? It kind of feels like, yeah, they need a challenge. And sometimes on this side of the Atlantic, we don't tend to get the lives, or if we get them, it's either we're sleeping or we're working, and then we have to kind of see afterwards whether we can catch up. So, I was hoping that we can have a conversation with Kes from Kes the Band, because there are loads of fans on this side of the Atlantic, kind of really, really old fan supporters, kind of new supporters, new fans, and they kind of want to know more about kind of the live album, which will be coming out tomorrow, okay, called We Home. They've got a concert coming out, virtual concert coming out on the 31st of August, okay. And so there is a lot happening for them, and I think we kind of just want to know a bit more, if that's okay, if that makes sense. So I'm not sure if his hair is yet. Let's see if we can do so. Oh, not yet. Okay. So we chat some more. Yeah, they have a new album come. Don't you like the new album? It's a live album, and I guess I wanted to hear more about that as well. How is that kind of working out? How is that gonna be different from their stuff? Because I mean, they've released kind of 3 over the 3 Fridays. All right, it's been Magic, it's been Falling, and it's been Hello, and it has a very, very different vibe. And I was kind of thinking, okay, what is that about? You know, is that the direction they wanted or not with their music? What are the influences for that? So there's a lot of things we wanted to talk about. But whilst we're kind of waiting, I was kind of wondering, just from the people here, right? When did you get to know Kes the Band? What's your favorite song from Kes the Band? Okay, I have a couple. Yeah, I like Radar a lot. I like, let me see, Lost in Translation a lot. I like Lion a lot. You know, but what are your favorite tunes from Kes the Band? It'd be really, really good to know that whilst we're kind of waiting and having a conversation. And we can always kind of talk about as well, what are you guys doing this weekend over here in London? It's meant to be Notting Hill Carnival, but from Mortless. So that's like what, 2011, right? Yeah. Yeah. So I think quite a few people, it hit their radar, kind of a what list. Savannah Grass is your new favorite. Yeah. Okay. I love it. What about when you're not on the road, Jess? What do you want to listen to then? Dear Promoter. Okay. What Less. All right. Okay. So What Less is still in people's minds. Love it. I love all the tunes, but mostly his stage performance. What is it about his stage performance that you like so much? Tell me a bit more. Because I'm sure that's something that he does give an energy off, right? And I'm kind of wondering, yeah, when he prefers David Rudder, okay. Hello, hi. Your favorite is Hello, okay, okay. What is it about Hello you guys like so much? It's. I love the tune. Don't get me wrong, it's a memorable on the folklore rhythm. It's great. But yeah, what do you like about his performance? Is his performance very different from the other circuit artists? Hello. Hey. Hey, Daryl. How you doing? Good, good, good. The energy, and he takes us back to our roots. I love it, Cook Tea Child. Hey, yeah, I love Douchey. I love Douchey, and I love Lit as well. So yeah, so we're just kind of waiting, you know, artist prerogative, just to see how you doing. His energy. He has got good energy on the road, hasn't he? The melody just takes you away. I love that. How many times have you guys seen Kes perform? Kes the Band perform? Music and plenty vibe. Okay, love it. That's true. That's true. Falling Down is one of the hidden gems. And he's a great lyricist as well. Okay. Do you guys prefer when he kind of performs on his own or when he does collabs? Which one is it for you guys? Let me think. Good. Okay. He's done some good collabs, you know. I mean, there's Nyla Blackman. Who else? He looks good. Sounds good, down to earth. I love that. DFT printing. Yeah. Okay, both. All right, then. 3 times, twice on the road, once at Hooky DC. I've never been to Hooky DC. I think I need to do that, you know. I'm still waiting, but I can't see my... You know, hopefully... You know, fingers crossed. Let's see what Corona does with herself next year, and let's see what can happen. You know, it should be. I know. I'm waiting to see, hoping to see if I can get to a carnival next year. You know. So, what do you guys think in terms of their direction? Because, like I said, they're looking for new ears and stuff. You're going to new. Last year, you know, that's not too bad because I've had a couple of people and they've only kind of got into Kes the Band. One was 2 weeks ago, and quite a few people were from during lockdown. So yeah, so that's kind of that really. Happiness John, hello, at least 10 times. Wow. To be honest, on his own, but I love when he performs with Nyla Blackman. She has a nice range. The COVID has to go. The Jamaica UK. Educated Dummy. Hello. So we're kind of still waiting to see whether he will join us. I know they've been really busy because of they're having their album is going to be released tomorrow, and I know he's been very busy preparing stuff. So we're just kind of waiting to see whether he'll turn up. I mean, it was confirmed, but hey, it is what it is. Let's talk more about Kes and Kes the Band, shall we? What do you think? What do you think should happen next in terms of their direction? Because they're really, I think, looking to reach new ears. Please ask, is it going to IB for still? What, in October? Or are you still going to IB for in October? Okay. I'll ask him. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if anything was happening. Is Ibiza still on? Is Ibiza Circle Festival? It's still on, right? Okay, and that's like in 2 months. You never know. Anything he sings is magic. Saw him a few times, but saw him in Grenada. Amazing. He still gives his all in a performance. That's very true. That's very, very true. Yeah, he's something special on stage. Would you guys be happy if you have to collaborate with the younger artists and get the youth? Do you think that they don't do enough collaborations with the artists, with the younger artists? That's something I hear a lot in terms of the young artists, that they don't. That's true. Ooh, I like that, Jess. I like that. A collab with coffee. That'd be something special, actually. That'd be something special. Yeah. Yeah, but it would be good. It'd be good if they kind of brought kind of new people in. Let's see how that goes. Trinidad's on lockdown and borders are still closed. Really? Did they say when the lockdown would kind of come to an end at all? Or is it still going to be for a long time? Okay. Hey, he's here. Okay. Let's see. Awesome. Let's do this. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm alright. Just chilling in the hot sun in Trinidad.
You have hot sun here. It is pelting down with rain in London.
Well, I think some people in Trinidad want some rain right now. So sometimes we don't know what we want, huh?
It's that hot. Thank you so much for your time. I know you're proper busy, you know, you've got the live album tomorrow, prepping for some other stuff, but thank you so much for your time. Because it's the thing, right? Because you have foundation supporters from 2008, 2009 in this Atlantic, all right? You've got people just getting into the music 5 years ago, 8 years ago. I've had a couple of people who said they've just kind of got into music during lockdown a few weeks ago.
Interesting. Yeah, cool. I love that.
That's cool. But the thing is, because I guess that we have different time zones, sometimes some of the interviews we miss. Hello? Froze a bit. Hello, 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 hello. It's frozen, it's frozen. Hello? Hello, hello. Lots of people joining. Frozen. It's very much frozen. Let's see if it'll come on soon. Oh, left. Let's see if it'll come back on. There are problems there. Yeah. Let's see. Facing top, yeah, more than likely. We should sing hello, so you should come back. hello. You know, let's try again. Let's see if that will do anything. Hello, Vishal. Oh, that's okay.
I got kicked off. Sorry.
That's okay.
I didn't just leave. I didn't just say, yeah, girl. That was good. Okay, bye.
That'd have been fun.
I swear.
I know. So, yeah, so you've got a lot of kind of supporters and fans, not just in Europe but in Japan as well. Sometimes we don't really get to know.
Yeah,
so we've got
sure.
I would like to kind of have a conversation with you kind of today, really. And I think the last time I had an interview with you was 4 years ago.
Yeah. Wow.
That was when you guys did the Choosing the Rocks concert in London.
Yes, O2. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And the map of the world is such a difference, you know?
Yeah.
And I guess I'm kind of wondering, how has it been for you and the rest of the band during lockdown? So for some people, it's kind of, they've been shook. Some people have been kind of thinking, what am I going to do? Where my next page is going to come from?
Yeah, you go through a range of emotions. You know what I mean? I think everyone went through their own personal reflection time. It was a bit of a reset for everyone in all aspects. I think it's beyond if whether you know music or anything. I think everybody just sort of took a look at their own fabric, you know, and really checked and see what's it made of. And you know, so I mean, I at first, of course, just like everyone, I was in total shock, you know, like of wow, you know. But then a part of me felt like this was coming. I'm not gonna lie, like I felt like something was gonna press pause because I think we were speeding as a human race, you know. And it's sort of like it's sort of like an equalizer, you know, in a lot of ways. And it made us truly reflect as to why we do what we do, you know, and
Right.
what's the purpose of the vibe of the music and where it comes from us. And it led to this album that we put forward, this body of work where we captured ourselves live. We always wanted to do that, and I think that was a lot about the lockdown for me, as sort of exploring things that I didn't have the time to, you know.
Okay, and I was kind of wondering about that, just in terms of, you know, your album. Was that something which was kind of already been planned, or did it come out of this sort of
A
era?
form of it. A form of it. We wanted to do it more of an acoustic album, and
Okay.
but then we just decided to do a full blown live because we realized too as well, soca nowadays has been really recorded live, like with live instruments with the band. It's usually a producer based sort of sound, which you know I love and I appreciate. You know, I love the originals for what they are and how they are, and but we really wanted to capture that live feel because that's where people really get to understand soca. And like you see that live band. I always remember my first live bands, and you know, and the bands that I loved, like David Rudder and Charlie's Roots, Crossfire. A lot of Square One was great in his days. Ecstatic with Marshall and all his permutations, you know.
Right.
And we just really wanted to be a part of that because we were a band in this time, one of the few bands in soca. So we wanted to capture that live feel that we have on stage. You know, a lot of people when they fet in, they don't hear the arrangements because they're on the rum and the whining and thing. But
Right.
you know, we get our nods from the musicians. We said, you know, it's a real amazing time to really capture all of those interpretations. You know,
Yeah, but I
live.
mean, you've been doing the kind of the live. Okay, can you hear me? I'm a bit
Uh,
muffled.
yeah,
Isn't it? You've been doing the live music, right? But you haven't had the audience with you for the kind of energy transference. You know, they're in front of you, you feeding off that, and then feeding off you.
Mhm.
It's an adjustment for you doing the virtual.
Yeah, I mean, the virtual lives is definitely something that I'm adjusting to because you really miss that element because the element of the crowd is something special. Because what
Okay,
really happens is that everyone in that space at that moment in time creates its unique energy, you know,
right,
that particular combination of people, which is not the same for any event. So
right.
there's obviously learning your work and learning what you have to do and performing and doing everything. But then there's that wild card, that extra element of how the vibe of the people are. And that sends
Yeah,
it to whatever direction or whatever inspiration it may send you off. You know, I mean, I'll sometimes come back from parties and write. So it's still an adjustment to try and, but it forces you to dig deeper. You know what I mean? Like I know it's not gonna be like this forever. I know we're gonna
okay.
have some sort of balance in some form or fashion, but it makes you dig deeper as an artist to really dig it from the place that you know you're not dependent on outside factors. You really and truly have to resonate. You know, usually we could float in the party and sort of like, yeah, you know, this is gonna happen and the vibe gonna be nice because people out there to have a good time. And even if you
Right.
wasn't 100, the crowd will pull you up, you know, and they will get you in a vibe. So
Okay.
you have to find it for yourself now. So it's
All
just
right.
it's just it's just it's more intense.
So let me go back to you and lockdown. Okay, I know that you've been doing some gardening. All right.
Yes, yeah.
Have there been
Yes, sir.
other things you've been doing besides gardening? Any other aha moments, things which you thought,
No, I just really and truly, it was definitely the gardening aspect. I have a lot of time to be at home, just to be a daddy. You know what I mean? Just enjoy
yeah,
the fatherhood the way that you know that you. I enjoy, of course, all ever since. But the reality is, traveling is a different beast. So to be in the same country, I haven't been in the same country. Uh, uh, like in a week, like that kind of way. I haven't been. It's been crazy. I haven't like 5 months. This is the longest I've been in one country for some years.
oh wow,
And so with that, it just yeah, since for 15 years now, like as I haven't been in the country this long. So it's different. It's different to really just be in one spot and just see a plant grow, and see my little button grow, into
oh,
who she is now.
but
So do
do
I?
you miss the, do you miss it? You miss the old normal,
I don't know yet. I kind of enjoying the. I kind of enjoy. I enjoying the. I enjoying this pause. Could you
right?
imagine? Like you could have really think like, what could have paused the entire world?
True.
This is the one thing that just kind of all of us are experiencing at the same time, and as crazy as it may be, it's still something phenomenal. This is something we're living through. This is history. So nothing stays the same, even with carnival, you can't create the same vibe one year as the
Good.
next, and you have to let go, and that comes with everything about art. When you create art, you let go of it. It's not yours again, and then
Love it.
you make room for new art. So
Okay.
right now, we the artists, the songwriters, the singers, painters, the people who reflect life onto the people, we now have new things to sing about.
Right.
And,
And I
and
want to talk about that because I remember you saying something that art reflects life. Art
yes,
reflects life.
yeah,
And
it is.
thinking about music as art and
Hmm.
thinking about soca music, do you think soca has a powerful voice to reflect what is happening in the world right now? Do you think
I think
soca can talk about corona, about Black Lives Matter, about racism, about colorism?
it has. I think if you do your history, you would
Mhm,
understand that there are artists like David Rudder, Charlie's Roots. He's
mhm.
saying this one of my favorite songs is Haiti, I'm Sorry. Haiti, I'm sorry, we
Right.
misunderstood you. One day we'll turn our heads and look inside you. And it was just one of the most amazing calypsos ever written. I think we're just gonna have to now dig deeper. And I think it's always been there, but the economics of it,
Mhm.
people will gravitate towards the functional songs in a fete because it makes sense as a DJ, it makes sense as a whoever's sponsoring, it makes sense who's partying. But then
Mhm.
now you would find a different sound may step in. You look at the pattern of music and history of everything. And when you look at the industry, when the Mighty Sparrow was huge in the 50s and 60s, that was a vibe. It was because it was kind of significant of the islands in that time. But then
Mhm.
the 70s happened and a lot of revolution was happening the same way. And then you see the emergence of reggae music and Bob Marley coming out to match the vibe of what was happening. And then
Yeah, no.
even in Calypso, you saw the rise of the Mighty Shadow and Shorty, and you saw they now were singing. Even if it was not content wise, they had a vibration that was matching the people at the time. You know,
Okay.
and so I think that it's just gonna change. Art never dies. It's like energy. It's never neither created nor destroyed. Hmm.
Anything now something might change given the climate.
Hmm. What was that?
Okay.
Yeah.
You think it might change now given the current climate?
Yeah, it's just gonna have a next vibe, but people want to let off steam no matter what. I think I think if you were to turn on the radio and hear no music, could you imagine that? You turn off the radio and there's just no music, just talking. Whoever, how many of this and that, and no,
No,
not
no,
a song. We will
people
never
definitely.
life without music. Steel person them say life without music. I can't cope, so nobody could cope with that. You know.
I love it, love it, love it. In terms of kind of now, so in terms of your music, okay. I said before, and correct me if I'm wrong. It kind of feel like Kes the Band are kind of having a different direction now. You guys want to reach new ears. You guys have new management, Network Records. Did you guys really have to think about a particular strategy, something to do different to reach your viewers?
Yeah, it's growth. I mean, and in reality, the river's still winding. If you know, we've never stayed the same. Like if you follow what we've done, it's always kind of like something we're trying, and I think it's something like it just keeps it interesting for us. I mean, I think as we get deeper into what we do and deeper into the question as to why we're doing it, we discover new things and we end up meeting different people. So it's sort of like led to this point in that
Yeah,
everything fell into place in such a real way, not just like what we have catalog wise and all that, just to individuals who came together and who've come into our life. It's sort of it's just really about connecting those dots that's in front of you at that point in time. And everything from the guy who mixed the album, his name is Dexter Simmons. He's just an amazing engineer. And like, again, I don't think he would have time for us if this thing, he would have been like,
yeah,
I'd love to, but I have this other project and that other project. But I felt like everything paused and stuff like that happened, and the artwork was amazing and everything, and all those pieces is fun at the same time to really put the pieces together. So the making strategy is part of any move, you know, anything to do with music now.
and I was kind of wondering about that, and you kind of touched
Wild.
on it.
I was in the pool, sorry. Yeah. Yeah.
And I was kind of wondering about that because you've been in this game for 15 years. You've seen soca grow, you've seen it evolve, you've traveled all over the world. And I was also wondering what keeps the fire for your music? What keeps you going? What keeps, feeling more excited?
That's such a great question. because the reality is that you lose your way sometimes. And I think life is about life and death happens all the time and every time. So you like, there's sometimes when it feels all together and I feel like bam. I feel like I know, I'm not gonna lie. I feel that way.
Right.
I feel like
Okay.
there's a thing. But then there are moments in time and you're like, yo, what's going on? Like this is not and I didn't sign up for all of this. You know what I mean? I really just wanted these pieces. I didn't want this and that. And you have those moments, but then usually it's a reflection on yourself. Then you now have to like, place things in a way that makes sense for you now. And so it's a constant check up. I mean, I think if it's one thing I'll have any advice for any artist coming up and you want to do this for a lifetime and stuff like that, learn to enjoy the journey and not the destination. And learn to enjoy the movement of it, like the whole movement. Like if I am a fet and I hear hello, I hear whatlet, I'm going back to the session in my mind of where these songs came from and like saying, wow, look at this, like, it's playing here in Paris somewhere. And then I remember when we was just, in the studio there, I go right back. And that's an amazing feeling. So I enjoyed the journey becomes sweeter after the fact, So,
Okay, like
yeah,
I want to know your new album. But it has so far, but this is your first live album, right?
Yeah,
And you've touched on it a bit.
yeah.
And I was wondering how instrumental was Dexter Simmons in the sound of it? Was it he who kind of came on, or did you guys collectively had an idea, a vision of what you wanted it to sound like?
I think, I mean, to be very honest, we stepped into this thing not knowing what to expect. And I think that was the rude awakening at the beginning of it. Because we told ourselves we perform live, we perform live and we vibing and stuff like that. We could get in studio and record this, but in Trinidad, it's very few places to really record live, so it's not really a normal thing. So we had to kind of work that out, and then working on the arrangement. So it's all these pieces. And Dexter definitely, just like all the pieces that needed to fit, was a perfect fit. I think his forte as well too is live music. And then of course him being Trinbagonian, he had that understanding and and also the history of us, I used to go to maths lessons by his mom, you know what I mean? Like when we were in San Fernando. And she would talk about her son You know,
Right.
he's winning Grammys and stuff, and we just hearing this legend that is Dexter, you know. So to
And
be
now you
later
guys are
on in my
working.
life, for him to be here working on this project, it is a dream come true. And it's those little
Mhm.
things that make it like real for us. And maybe the world might know that, but that's a big thing, you know, for me.
Great. And I think in the interview you said that you guys were very specific about the songs you chose to bring out.
Yeah.
Is there a particular rationale for that?
Yeah, I wanted to construct a set list. I wanted
Right.
it to be in the form of a set list. And you know, even though it wasn't like listener supported, of course, because of what's happening, um, I still wanted to feel like, you know, you were there. And it's an album that I've listened to from top to beginning. Like I listened to it in loop, you know, from the first song straight to the end and then back again. And just to see how
Okay.
it feels. So if you listen to it
Mhm.
from top to bottom, it's gonna feel like a set enough, you know what I mean? And we chose the songs to guide you through that and just give you a snapshot of Kes the Band in 2020, of a Caribbean soca band in 2020. For those who, you see, because, you know, people relate to the drums, the guitars, the bass from around the world, and it doesn't matter,
Mhm.
you know, what genre you're into. You could understand it better when you hear a drum play soca rather than just listening or recording, you know? And yeah, that's it.
Right. So I need to kind of ask you this question. Like I said, there's a couple of people who said that they've only been introduced to you and they only got to know Kettle during lockdown.
Hmm.
What would you tell them about
What would I tell them about Kestivan?
Kettle the Band? Yes, for the complete movie.
I would tell them that we are an all-inclusive party, meaning
Right.
that everybody is included, and we we connect the worlds together,
Right.
and you can have a good time if you want to come, and if you're not really into that, well, have other places to go. But what feta vibes.
That's how we go straight up. Okay. That's fair enough.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, let's think about the future of Kes the Band for a bit, okay?
The crystal ball. Okay, let me
Yeah,
pull it out.
very critical. I
Mhm.
mean, what is your vision? What is the band's vision for Kes the Band? Is it to win billboards? Is it to win Grammys? Is it to be at VMA? Is it to have concerts in Africa? What do you want your legacy to be?
All of it. I mean,
Really?
yeah. I mean, the reality is that all those things come as a byproduct of you how you're vibrating, and
Right.
I would like to be a conduit for
Okay.
opening the world to a new world, which is our world. I think what we bring to the table, our vibration, this soca thing, this happy music that we all celebrate too, and this Caribbean vibration, because it extends to everybody in the Caribbean. I
Hmm.
believe that our vibration could actually save the world, and and I want to be one of the conduits that opens people from around the world to a new breath of fresh air, you know, which is something different, something that they probably never knew all their life or never knew that they needed. So I want to be that and continue to be that, you know, as much as I can, you know,
Um,
in whatever form, whether through the music or not the music.
yeah. Fantastic. So I need to touch on Carnival because I love Carnival, obviously, right?
Yeah.
And we don't know what the future of Carnival will be kind of next year or so. But I saw an interview yesterday where you said that Carnival is kind of revolution, with revel and rebel. Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay, little one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think Carnival's right now have that fire?
If I think that carnival,
Do you think that Carnival has lost that fire, that kind of resistance against the norm?
I think I think it's still there. I think we just forgot what it was. I think
Okay.
I think it's still that.
Okay.
It's still a because because people who come from and leave their jobs, you know, their office cubicles and say, listen, I'm gonna put on a costume and jump up in the streets and, you know, I'm gonna enjoy myself for 3 days. The person next to them in the cubicle has no clue what this
That's
person is
exactly.
stepping into. And
So yeah.
in that is rebelling against the system right there and then, because you tell yourself, listen, I'm closing off meetings and deals here in offices with with all these people, fine people, and then I'm gonna see you all in a week. I just step in this way. Usually curving people in a setting don't really even tell people what they're doing. you know? I'm
Don't tell
gone,
them.
and they step into a vortex. And I think in just making that decision to do that and be a part of that is a revolution, because the opposite side of it is, there's no music in the streets, there's no trucks on the road, there's no celebration, because it's not the right thing to do according to somebody. And who is that somebody? And we will fight. That was the beginning of it. The beginning of it was a revolution. Canboulay coming out in the night, muddy up, to fight for the right to be. And we fought off the English, and we still have we carnival today. And that spirit is still there. It's live, but I think new aspects of the carnival is gonna come forward. So when anybody comes to Trinidad, I tell them, don't just experience the top 40 fets and just don't do the reggae. Oh, I have to go here and there and ting. You could do that. That's a nice entry point. But I say when you get more accustomed to it, touch the culture, see what's going on in it, go and listen to a pan side practice. Go and see local jockeys learn how to do their thing. Just stand at the side of the road and just watch people how they interact. Like, take a part of that cultural aspect of it, and then your whole experience is going to be something totally different.
So also said in that interview that you don't mind putting that kind of local content.
Yeah,
That
I mean,
you want us to come down.
I would love for you all to come down, because the reality is that when people come to Trinidad, the energy is just totally different, and it just transforms. Because by the time you all reach here, we kind of like getting tired, because we been fetting since Christmas. So
Right.
because it's gone so big, energy's gone so big. When everybody comes now, it just sends it over the edge. You know what I mean? It's almost as if we prepare it, and when people come, we every day just send it over, and then it's just be amazing. So everybody to me makes this possible. But if it is that we do have to have a local situation because of what's going on, I think it's a important thing, because we have to know why we're doing it. It has to come from a real place, and we have to follow through without the help of everyone. And this is on many levels. This is economics, this is all these different things. And then it really comes down to saying, am I going to be involved in this? If, some people are going to be that way. They're going to be like, am I making money, or am I not making? Is it about money? Is it not about? So it will sift out, I think, all of that extra stuff and leave the pure thing. And those who understand it from a spiritual level and not just a superficial level, they will now lead the way forward of what the new carnival will be.
So do you think now there is more of the spirituality of carnival and more of the
Do I think now that there's what?
do you think now that there's less of the spirituality of carnival and more of
Depends
the
depends on who you fetting with, baby.
okay.
Depends on who you want to fet with, because it's there. It's all there. Everything is there. You can have a total outer body experience in carnival. I have when I fet in the middle of the season, I go to particular zones. I know where to go for me. And that's just probably not the same what for somebody else. And that's the beauty of carnival, because there's so many doors. And that's the beauty. So there's no judgment. It doesn't matter if you like to just do the top 40 parties. Cool, if that's your scene, do that. And I'm going to do this and do this and that. And we all going to meet somewhere, most likely. And then party together and cross paths. And that's just the joy of it right there. And there's no judgment,
I like it. So kind of just thinking about 2021. If you said that carnival is Kes the Band ready?
Is what? If what?
If they said 2021 carnival is on, is Kes the Band ready? Are you guys ready?
Are you ready for, what's the date today? Are you ready for right now?
Yeah.
I don't know, 2021 is then. and I'll be ready then too. So,
Okay. And would
you
you guys
know.
be at a concert? Is there a rock concert?
Well, we yet to see the evolution of that now, because now again, it's everything you have to look and see. Well, what's going to be the next step? So we're gonna have to now gauge and see what will reflect. But I definitely want to have that presence. I love the aspect of what that is and what that represents. So definitely it's going to be a form of that, but it's going to be it's the next of it. You know what I mean? The
Okay.
unfolding.
Well, you have your concert on the 31st.
Yes,
What
yes.
can you expect?
Just a good time, man. Just amazing music, friends, vibes. Yeah, something that I think we all need at this point in time, because just as much as people, I hope people really truly enjoy the music. It's
Mhm.
really enjoyable for us and therapy for us to kind of get our chops going again, and really remembering the live shows, and it's really just giving that vibe and just honor to what we are part of. And it's just significant that it's on the 31st of August, our independence as Trinidad and Tobago. And independence is such a term that we can't take lightly. What is it to be independent? And being independent is embracing who we are, and
Mhm.
what has emerged out of this island. And that is soca music, that is our vibes. And so yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's a special night.
Okay.
Special night.
And where can we access it? So is it going to be on the page?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go now, but I'll tell you something. Um, YouTube, you can check it out on our YouTube, Kes the Band's YouTube. You can check it out on Tego TV,
Mhm.
Tego, Tego.com.
Okay.
That's a cool platform to check it out on as well. And it's going to be shown on local stations, TV6 in Trinidad, local stations across the Caribbean, and across Africa as well, Trace TVs. And then, any aliens who listening will probably have a little, plug in, and they'll take a little look. They'll take
Awesome.
a little
Thank you
step
so
to the
much.
fallen.
I know you gotta go, so thank you for your time.
All
And
right.
yeah,
Daddy, Yeah.
take
All
care.
right.
Bye
Be
bye.
blessed. Later.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for that. Apologies for the sound. It's been busting some rain. It's been having some serious rain down here, so I'm thinking that's kind of Trace TV. I think it's Trace TV, Keisha. So I think that's kind of messed up the reception a bit. Okay. So that was kind of Kes. In terms of what he's talking about, what your thoughts are and things, okay? And this is kind of it for us for this week, okay? We are gonna take a thank you so much. Thanks, Aj. We're gonna take a break, so we're not gonna have any interviews next week. Thank you. But we will be back the week after. We've got a couple of artists. Please let us know if you want us to kind of interview anyone in particular. What is it about Trini accent? Oh, God, Debs. Was a good time. Thank you, Keisha. And again, apologies for the sound. That's something I had no control over. Actually, some lightning coming my way as well. All right. So, guys, have a good weekend. Have a good evening. Have a good afternoon. And hopefully, I will connect with you guys fairly soon. Okay. Again, some feedback is always good. I would love some feedback. How did it go? How bad was the reception and everything else? All right. And we're looking to improve. Have a good evening and a good weekend, whatever you do. You take care, right? Bye bye. Thank you.